Hi, it's Carl Sullivan. So I was with me buddy the other day, and we walk into a pub, and my mate turns to me and points out some bloke and his missus with their kids. I know, right? At a pub? Well, it's just bang out of order. Just like this podcast, which is NSFW. It's not safe for work. I mean, bloody hell, we're cussing, drinking, smoking, doing a whole load of hooligan crap. So please, enjoy this NSFW podcast.
Well, welcome back. Looks like we took a short break there. Here's what happened last time on We Suck At D&D. It looks like the adventurers kicked their boots up on the old desk and took a day off. Got into some shenanigans, I think. Ate some balls, smashed some stuff. And they took back off into the void and met a very nice fellow named Mordecai, who told them they've been there for eternity? 50 times? Something like that. I guess I've been here too. No one talks about me. Enjoy the show.
You all wake up, maybe, slightly hungover from a long night of drinking with Mordecai. The room you all awaken is almost like a dormitory. Each of you have your own bedrooms and a shared common area. It seems like maybe last night you all crashed drunkenly on the couch and whatever other furniture was kind of in that space. But as you look around, you see mementos of your past lives, like I was telling you before. Those pictures, and there's artifacts, little mementos maybe you guys kept, different banners and flags from these alternate timelines that you guys were from. But before we kind of move on, I want each of you guys to go to your rooms independently. So whoever wants to go first, I can go and explain what you're gonna have in your room.
I'll go first.
Okay, Sandra, let's see. Your room is mirrored to look like your village bedroom from Atera. There's wooden thatched walls. They're sprinkled with like various live plants that grow into the walls themselves. Where a desk would normally be, you have a small waterfall that feeds into a pond filled with fish that glow and pulse with a purple hue. Next to your bed, you have what looks like a sketch of you and your family. Do you want to do anything in there? If not, I can... Yeah?
I would like to look at the sketch of me and my family.
Okay, you take a look at it, and it has... I didn't put this in here. It has a picture of your father and your mother, and in the background, you can actually see a picture... in the background of the picture, you see Quinn, who helped train you to get ready for the academy. Maybe she was a good family friend from the time. Yeah, other than that, there's just like trinkets from your other travels, and mementos, and actually some pictures of the group. Yeah.
Is there any memory that kind of sticks out? That's a weird question, but like, I mean,
yeah, I don't think you would have any particular memory, but let's just say you take one of the pictures off the wall that has the four of you. Upon closer examination of this photo, you realize that like the bodies of everyone look the same, but as you try to like look at their faces, it's all blurry and fuzzy. You can't make out your own face or Cal's face or Mora's face. It's just a blur.
Interesting.
But the picture of your family is intact and looks normal.
Oh. Okay.
If you want, you can feed the fish. I wrote that in there if you want to feed the fish.
Oh, I would most definitely love to feed the fish.
Yay!
Yeah.
I just wanted someone to feed the fish.
Yeah. I go over there and feed the frickin' fish.
Cool. As you take this little basket of like fish food and drop it into this pond, as those purple glowing fish kind of take bites, you see like flowing lines of blue light kind of flow off of them into the water, and it kind of illuminates the pond. What are you smiling about over there? That's my wife. I see her smirking. What's going on?
You would have to throw in like some kind
I
of
love
fish,
animals, okay?
reptiles, something. I'm just cracking up because like you would. And then you also would nudge her to go do that. Hey, go feed the fish.
I want to feed fantasy fish, okay? So thank you.
You know what?
Sandra.
Thank you for that absolute wonderful experience. It was, you know
Grade
what? It
A
was
fish
magical.
feeding.
It was, brought me right back to Atera. Brought me right back. But okay,
You can hang out there for now if you want, and then we can move on to the next person. Or
I'm gonna take a hella nap as Sandra.
Okay.
Nap time.
Sandra's gonna take a quick nap. Who wants to explore the room next?
I will.
Okay. Dell, as you open the door to your room, you see a queen bed with a metal frame and a messy wooden desk. Along one of the walls, you see a variety of handguns, some that fire bullets, some that are glowing with red and blue light that you assume fire maybe like a laser. On the opposite wall, and it's crazy, I didn't mention this first, there's a mounted head of a velociraptor that is wreathed in fake tropical flora and fauna from the planet you captured it on.
Okay. Can I feed the velociraptor?
It's dead, but yeah, I mean, you can put stuff in its mouth if you want.
No, I will. Well, I'll go investigate the velociraptor head.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation roll.
That is a 8.
I want to guess what's gonna happen. That it's dead.
Yeah, well, yeah, with an 8, you do know roughly that it's a velociraptor. Your memory of where you may have hunted that is blurry at best.
Oh.
All right.
But it is, if you want to know, it's like greenish brown in color. It looks like maybe you painted the teeth to look like there was blood still on them. Make it look scary. Rawr. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. That was really nice. Nice touch. Wow.
I can't wait to go back to this place. He goes over. He takes a stroll over to the gun wall, and takes a look. So.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you actually? Let me figure out here. There's gonna be a roll for this. You know what? Just do investigation again.
Okay. Boop boop boop. God damn it! That's a 4.
Okay.
My rolls are fucking terrible.
So we're gonna kind of combo this as like somewhat as your dexterity too. So you go up to grab one of these pistols on the wall. You grab one actually that looks like has like vines growing on it and all these leaves and intricate carvings into the handle. But as you grab it and try to really investigate this gun, it starts to melt away in your hand, almost like it wasn't meant for this Dell. Like whatever was there, that wasn't meant for you. And you try another one. You try one that looks like a laser gun. You do the same thing. Maybe you're just wondering if it's like just a one-off. It melts in your hand as well. So
Stop touching them.
Yeah. Or yeah, stop touching them if you want.
Yeah, I won't grab any more. You know what? I'm gonna roll an Arcana check to see if I can. I don't know if that's the right check. To see if I can tell which one I can grab.
Sure.
Okay, is that the right check?
It's just like that's for magical stuff. Yeah, you can like maybe.
No.
No.
Don't settle. Let's find like what he should really roll.
Probably
It'd
just
be investigation again. But you just failed one roll.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I guess I'll just. If I can. You said there was a desk?
Yeah.
Well, there's insight. There's wisdom and insight.
Oh, that's true. I could do an insight check.
So wisdom check. I mean, if that's good with the DM, like, I don't mean to step on your toes.
No, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Roll that insight.
Okay, 11. I have 0 plus.
So, yeah. Okay, if a 10 is average, 11 is just slightly better. And you're looking at your desk now?
No, I was just kind of looking to see if I could tell if any of them might belong to me. I don't know.
Logically, if you're just looking at them, I don't think you'd be able to tell.
Okay. I don't want to ruin anymore, so I sit down at my desk. Did you say there was anything on the desk, or was it blank?
It's just messy. So you have like a bunch of papers kind of strewn about, a bunch of like old style pencils. It's very like Western feeling. Maybe you got like a couple whiskey bottles up there too.
Okay. I would, if I were to look at the papers, would it be a perception check?
Yeah, you're sitting at it. I'm not gonna make you roll.
Okay.
So, yeah. You start to kind of pick up and shuffle maybe all these papers together so that you can get them in order and see what's going on. And almost every single one kind of fades away as well. I know it seems complicated, but trying to make it this world is not completely yours yet.
Yeah, gotcha.
But one is left over, and it's a hand-drawn sketch of the four of you back on Lone Star after you defeated Pool. But this time, Pool doesn't look like he did last time. Pool's actually female, and Pool had this like giant floating orb. So you kind of drew this floating orb with a female Pool, and like it's crashed, and the four of you are standing in front of it, maybe like a memento.
Interesting. All right, I guess I just sit there and ponder over that while we jump to someone else.
Yeah, this is all just to kind of like give some insight into like your guys' personal lives a little bit.
No, we're
Okay.
getting it. We are not of this world. I get it for sure.
Cal, you wanna go next?
Sure, let's do this.
Okay. You open your door, and when you open it, it looks very much like a 1920s detective's office. Antique wood shelving line the three walls, a simple bed, all brass with maroon linens. The only striking feature of this room is that on a single wall, you have hundreds and hundreds of threads intertwined on the wall. It's like string and twine and floss, anything you could have found, and they all lead to a single piece of paper held in place by a dagger. And on that piece of paper is just the name Huba.
Okay, so definitely gonna roll to... He wants to see if he can recognize anything else. So he recognizes... So he can see Huba, but does he recognize any of the papers? That's what he's looking at.
Okay.
And maybe he'll follow... I don't know if he'll allow Cal to do that, because he's hungover right now, you know, so things are kind of fuzzy. So he wants to follow the last line to the... What's the next connection to Huba?
From Huba, okay, out.
Yeah.
The most prominent line on this whole kind of wall is like a thick red rope that is kind of what pinned that dagger into the name, and it leads all the way back, and it's connected to like a circular piece of paper that's like fine. It's like intricate and has gold lettering, and it's an invitation. It's an invitation to a party on Enola.
Okay. Oh, fudge. Okay. I don't want to touch anything. I don't want to touch it. Cal wants to touch. Cal wants to. He wants to pick up.
Probably touch because you don't know.
Yeah, that's so Cal's gonna go ahead and he's gonna try to pick up that invitation.
Okay. As you.
Well, how is this?
Yeah, as you pull that piece of paper off the wall and it starts disintegrating, you try to read and see what you can get off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you want me to roll for that?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yes.
Roll,
Okay, cool.
Roll perception, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, perception. $12.
You get the initials TN
TN. Okay.
on the bottom of that invitation.
That's some
Right.
that's some juicy stuff, man. Ooh.
So that's, you said there's nothing else really prominent about
No,
this.
you have some books out on like investigation tactics. You have some on like the history of certain worlds. You find some books on artificing and alchemy laid out, and you're not exactly sure why you have so many of them, but there are quite a few laid out next to your bed.
Okay. He's gonna take a seat because you said there's a desk, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna take a seat at the desk, and he just wants to kind of like open up the drawers. He's like just kind of peeping through, just kind of seeing like what he has. Specifically, he's looking for extra journals that he may have left there.
I didn't plan that, but let's say you're gonna okay, this is how we'll make this work. Open up a drawer,
Okay.
And I want you to make a dexterity check and then also perception to see how quickly you can get a journal out and try to read it before it might possibly disappear.
Okay, for one of the drawers, my dexterity was 9. Does that pass?
Yeah, you're
Just quick
pulling the
enough?
book out. Yeah.
Okay, and my perception 15.
Okay. So not as graceful as possible, but you do get one of the journals out of the drawer, and you start to like quickly try to flip through the pages and see what you can get. And you get the year, and let me write this down. 5102 off the top of one of your journal entries.
Okay.
And you get Enola. And you see the word submarine. And that's about all you can kind of get off of that journal.
As a side note, I wonder if your stuff would disappear if one of us touched it instead of you.
Interesting. That could be. I don't know. We would have to.
Go
we'd
wake
have to
up
do that.
Sandra. Go wake her up.
Yeah, you can give it a shot, maybe. Anything else you want to do in the room?
I think after that, Cal would kind of just want to sit down on his bed and think for a while. He's hungover. He's tired.
Yeah, and I think you guys get the gist that, like, at this point, anything that seems personal or contains information from another time or might have been something you used from another loop doesn't seem to want to stick to this world once it's touched by this new version of you. Mora, you leave that common area and head towards your room, and as you open your door, it's more set up to look like a hill dwelling from your home village. Like candles line the walls and like simple brass fixtures. At a desk that's appropriate to your height, you see a painting of your sister. And across the room, or actually, sorry, not across the room, above you on the ceiling are various kind of cross stitches that you've made, most of them of the night sky, but all of them have one thing in common. In the dead center of each of these cross stitches, I guess that's what you call them, is a blood red circle with like a faint white halo around it.
Okay. So I'm feeling very sentimental as Mora, so I want to walk over and gaze upon the picture of Falia. So I go ahead and I pick it up and I look at it.
Do you want to investigate it or just kind of look at it?
Just look. I don't think that the painting... Okay, I want to investigate it. Your face made me say that I want to investigate it.
I don't know.
Investigate!
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me.
Okay, so I want to investigate the picture of my sis. Nat 20. Plus 4, so 24.
Oh, wow. Super eyes.
Yeah.
Been eating your carrots, haven't you? Okay,
Oh my gosh.
Go this way.
That was so corny. Eating your carrots.
Dad jokes, okay? So, with your super eyes, with your special eyes...
My special eyes.
My brand!
My Look,
you guys all remember
look
that
with your
commercial?
special eyes. My
Yeah.
brand.
My brand!
Currently looking for sponsorships.
1-800-CONTACTS, give us a call.
Here we are. We're here.
Okay, so you're inspecting this painting up and down. On the back, as you flip it over in the corner, you see that it looks like a name or an initials have been etched out with a knife in the back of this frame, and the letters are GP, and it looks like they've been filled in with like some kind of red liquid. And As far as you know, that name does not ring a bell.
Okay, I'm at a loss for that one, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just look at it puzzled.
Or I guess you know what, you can make a history check. I don't know how you would like go into your own knowledge.
Just to see what I know about that because okay. 1 + 2 is 3.
It does not ring a bell at all. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you get the whiff that it might be someone from where you were from, but you're not positive.
Okay. And does that red liquid kind of match the color that's in the middle of my cross stitches by any chance?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously still being extremely puzzled by what's going on in the back of my sister's painting. Rude. I look up.
Painting of your sister, I guess?
Painting of my sister's painting. Sister in a painting.
Yeah.
Yes. All the prepositions. In, of, about, on, sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll look up now. I just glance up and I see my ceiling. So I want to...
I don't know if there's necessarily a role for this, and I was trying to look into it.
Yeah.
As you look up, I want you to roll maybe Constitution, but this is going to be more of like your mental Constitution.
Okay.
I want to see how spooked you get by looking at these.
Yeah, because I don't like it. So... 10.
With a 10, you get this like eerie chill because you don't know exactly why you did that, but it all feels like familiar. Like you just like know somewhere inside of you that is something that you have like witnessed or seen multiple times. And there's exactly 50 of those cross stitches, all of like different night skies.
How big is my room?
Well, I mean,
or how
maybe
small
they're
are
like
the
this
cross
big.
stitches?
It makes like a whole like mosaic of cross stitches on your ceiling.
Why would I make all of these? Why would I want to look at this while I'm falling asleep? I don't understand. So that's about all that I'm getting out of the ceiling then.
Yep.
Okay. And then there's pretty candles.
Basic room after that. Those are like probably the two most outstanding features.
Okay. That's eerie.
Ooh.
But can I just say that nothing crumbled in my room?
No, you didn't. Oh, the painting, didn't fall apart. Okay, so are you gonna stay in your room or go back to the common room?
No, I'm getting out of this because that ceiling is freaking me the fuck out, so I'm going.
Is everyone back in the common room?
Yeah.
Sandra's asleep.
Nah, I woke up. And
It was just a cat nap.
Yeah, it was just a power nap, you know. I don't eat a lot. Champion, you know. Yes. Asleep.
What are you guys doing? Just moving on? Story's moving on? You guys want to have a chit chat?
So, was there anything odd about any of your guys' rooms? Because there was something a little bit off about mine.
Well, there was stuff I wanted to check out, but everything I touched disappeared, just kind of faded away, and I couldn't get anything off before, except one thing that I touched didn't, and it was just a hand drawing of all of us, except, well, and Pool, except Pool was a woman, and had like a flying orb thing. That's what I picked up, at least. I don't know what that's about. That's weird.
You don't think that Pool has like a sister or something out there, do you?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. Look just like Pool.
Whatever floats your boat there, Dell.
Hey, it's not me. It's a different Dell. I didn't draw it. It's a different Dell.
You can't always use that as your excuse, by the way. It was a different guy. It wasn't me.
It's kind of got me thinking, if everything else disappeared when I touched it except that, and I mean, this is just a theory, that must have belonged to me, but Mimi, not like a different Dell. But when? I don't. This thing's right. This whole fucking thing is hurting my brain.
Here's a question, mate. Who's to say that you are the version of yourself that actually came in here? What if we actually change versions of ourselves every time we come in here?
That's. Oh damn.
So.
Oh damn.
You know, if something did happen to me too, went into a room, and a picture of me friend, Uber, is on my wall. And I've outlined kind of like a spider map, yeah, across my wall. And there was a red line I used to go all the way to an invitation from a party in Enola, yeah? And I got on my desk and was looking for my journals, because maybe I had some more information in there, and all I can make out before it disappeared was 5102, I think that was a year, Enola, and a submarine.
What?
No clue. It's odd. But
Well, what happened to the picture of Huba?
well, I didn't
Did
touch
it
it.
disintegrate?
I didn't touch it, yeah? I only touched the invitation, and on the invitation it said TN, but I'm not really sure I know a TN. No one really with that initials.
You know, I had initials in my room too. On the back
what-
of a picture.
Really?
GP. But I don't know anyone with that name either. I don't know.
I wish I would have checked for initials. I didn't even think about it. There was a raptor. Does that count?
You got a
There
raptor?
was a what?
Oh, so the head of a raptor.
Like a whole
God.
velociraptor?
Just a head on my wall.
Just a head?
Yeah.
Oh, like you killed it, yeah?
Yeah, and he was wearing like flowers and shit. I remember
Wow.
like I made a necklace or something.
Like,
You got
Oh.
a little crafty in your room.
I guess.
That's pretty cool.
Different me.
Different. You can't keep using that as your excuse. You can't
Ma-
keep saying
Maybe me.
that it was a different you every
knows?
single time.
If Cal-
It's something you don't like.
If cows are, I don't know, I love it. I don't want to touch it; it'll go away.
You guys, you had stuff that went away. You had
Yeah.
stuff that went away.
I did, yeah.
I didn't have anything that disappeared in my room.
Really?
No. But there wasn't a
But you
lot
did-
in my room, to be fair. I'm not someone that needs a lot of things around. Like, I don't need a dinosaur with flowers on my wall or nothing like that. But
Sandra,
Yeah.
what about you?
The only thing I noticed was was all of our faces were blurred in all of my photos. The only photo that wasn't blurred was a photo of me and my kin back home. And all I did was feed some fish and took a nap, so you guys seem like you had a little bit more excitement than I did, but it has to mean something if we're all, going into rooms that are creepy as fuck.
You know what?
Some of them were nice, okay? They're not all creepy.
mine was nice. It just had a creepy ceiling. That's all.
I kind of pieced something together here. Mara, the things that you touched in your room, were they from somewhere else, or were they maybe from here? Like-
It was a painting of my little sister.
Okay. A paint.
So I mean that's normal for where I come from, is to have paintings, not really pictures.
So the stuff that Cal and I touched that disappeared, it seemed like were maybe stuff that we brought back from somewhere else. Whereas the stuff that you touched that didn't disappear was something that maybe you made here. So I'm thinking,
Oh, is that why my ceiling is still there? Because that shit's freaking me out.
what's wrong with the ceiling?
Well, I like to do the needling, through the thread and all that. But every single one of them, no matter what the drawing was, it had a giant red circle in the middle. And then there was something glowing on the outside of the circle. And it just, it when you look at it, it doesn't make you feel very nice.
Right. Interesting. Well, what's our next step here?
Maybe we should talk to Mordecai about this.
Agreed.
Oh.
Agreed.
Just as you say that, you hear like a. Could you guys hear that? Hey.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, come
yeah.
in.
Mordecai says, hello, good morning. Hope you're all feeling all right. I don't know about you, but the alcohol just goes right through me. Get it?
Get it.
Oh,
Get it.
yeah.
I get it.
I was
You're like a
thinking you were
shadow.
talking about your
Black
morning
magic,
alcohol
yeah.
poops or something.
No.
No, he's like a black shadow, but close.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh, I was straight thinking taking a poo. Like I was all like, bro, I relate, man. That's some
Okay,
sad,
Austin.
that's some sad
two and
shit.
one. 2 and 1.
Austin, your vote. What did you think he was talking about?
Was I talking about shit, or was I talking about it literally going through his magical body? Austin.
I really did think that you were talking about it going through your magical body. I thought because you were a shadow, like you're just empty.
Yeah.
So we're split down the middle.
I'm so empty on the inside.
Yeah, there's a big black hole in each one of our hearts, yeah.
Oh.
And you just got to try to stuff it.
With
but
all
nothing
the
works.
alcohol you can get.
Mordecai says to the group, he's like, well, I have a few things I'd like to give you before you head off. And actually, you specifically requested that I give you these last time.
Did we?
Something of my own creation. It took me some time to get these set up for you, but I think you'll need them. Or at least you thought you'd need them. Dell, so this one, it's just called the Hole Thrower. It's a plain wooden slingshot, and once a day, you can, I'll just say this out of character. It's a plain looking, because it would sound weird if I was describing the whole item to you. It's called the Hole Thrower. It's a plain looking wooden slingshot with an intricately carved handle. Once a day, the slingshot can fire an unmodified projectile and create a 1d20 feet wide circular hole on any non-magical and non-living object or barrier. And next it goes, Sandra, this one, I think you'll enjoy its beauty. This one, I'm going to go out of character again, is called the Autumn Cloak. And I stole this one from someone on Twitter, so I just want to put out his name. It's Mr. James Gifford on Twitter, at Mr. James Gifford. It's called the Autumn Cloak. It's like a full cloak, but the robe part, the back of it, is all made out of like autumn-colored leaves. So you get +1 AC when you're in woodland areas.
Oh.
And once a day on command, you can cause the leaves on this cloak to swirl around you, obscuring you as you perform like the blur spell for 1 minute.
Okay.
Next.
Beautiful. Sandra just shakes it out, and she just, almost out of character, she just kind of puts on the cloak, and she just kind of swishes around, like, sashay in them. She's like, yes. Yeah.
But Sandra, you're kind of scaring me a little. I knew I'd like it, but just use it wisely.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Cal, and for you, this one is something. It took me a minute to craft, but I think you'll need it. This is called a figurine of wondrous power, the Ruby Chicken. This figurine can become a large chicken for 24 hours, strong enough to be ridden and carry up to 250 pounds. It has an AC of 10. HP of 22, I'll remember all this stuff, and a +4 to hit, so it can peck for 1d6 piercing damage. And if you're on it, it has the effect of feather fall, so you can kind of fall slowly when you're on it. And we talked before this, so you could give me a picture of a chicken you liked, and you picked what's called a Brahma chicken, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it's like the picture you sent me is like a black, gigantic ass-looking chicken with like an orange feathered head. And like its legs are feathered too, like almost down to the feet. So
yeah, these things are huge. If you guys want to look it up, like Google Images or something, Brahma chicken. There's an image of this one, and he's standing up, and his wings are, he's like showing himself off, and that thing is huge. He literally must be like 4 feet tall. A chicken, guys.
Okay, well, it gets big enough so you can ride it.
I know,
cannot wait. I
This is
cannot
so cool.
wait.
This is so cool.
So we'll. It doesn't. I didn't say anywhere in the notes, but we'll have it as a 1 per day, like 1 use per day,
Okay.
and then we'll just kind of play it out like when it will run out of juice.
These chickens have an ass on the end, man. They got an ass on them.
Yeah,
They're
they're
thick.
big old boys.
Thick boys.
They hella thick.
Yeah.
So
my god.
Cal, Mordecai, I told you to give me this.
Yes, you did. I don't know why, but you specifically requested this ruby chicken.
All right. Well, so I just like throw it on the ground, or like what?
That's a good question. I'm not. You might have to figure that one out on your own. I'd assume you just throw it on the ground, maybe feed it some seed. I'm not quite sure, but
Water
you'll figure it out.
Put a little water on it.
All right. We'll figure it out. And he's gonna
put
go
it in
ahead
water for 8 hours, and it'll grow 4 times its size.
for 8 hours.
It's a long wait, I know.
Ain't there some like quicker magic or something? This is bullshit.
I think you can just throw it on the ground. Don't worry. Just
All right.
You know what? Okay. You know, I remember. Sorry. You need to name your chicken, and when you
I got to
speak
name
its name, it will transform into your giant Brahma chicken.
it. All right then. And he takes it and he just kind of looks at it like he just kind of leans back in his chair and he's like just staring at it, thinking of a name. I'm gonna think of a name for a while. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
And he goes, Mora, I have one item for you as well. This is a particular one. It's a little odd.
Odder than a chicken that you can
I
ride.
would say possibly more odd than the chicken. This is called the Mimic coin. When swallowed, this coin will polymorph the user into a random non-magical object or piece of furniture for 1d4 hours. The item the user turns into will roughly be the same size category as the user themselves. The item cannot be damaged or transported by any means, magical or otherwise. If touched by a living being's hand or other forelimb, the user transforms back into their original form.
I just have a question though. I just have one question. So I have to swallow it, yeah?
Yes.
And then I have to be able to touch it to turn back into myself.
No, I think if someone touches the object that you have become,
Oh,
you then
okay.
turn back. Yes.
So is this a one-time use, or do I
tell
get
me I'm
do
not.
I get to use it again?
You're gonna have to start looking at your poops.
I was trying to be delicate with it, but yeah, am I gonna have to shit this thing out, sift it, and then find it again? What the fuck?
I'll just tell you, like at a random time in a couple episodes, like make a Constitution check, and then you'll just have to see if you can pass the coin.
Fucking hilarious. Kurt.
I want the chicken.
You
Every
can't have me
item
chicken.
has its use.
Can I have the
promise you.
cloak instead? I have to.
No. You
No,
get, you,
no, that's my beautiful cloak.
Oh God.
yeah, you get to transform into a chair.
I
or
mean,
a
that's
box.
great. That's great.
It has
Wow.
its uses.
Guys, whenever the need arises, just you let me know when I need to be like a sofa or a fan. Just there. And
Nice.
then I'll swallow that damn coin and I'll shit it out a few days later and try it again, just in case.
Think about the uses for
You promise?
CDs type stuff.
I promise!
So I just have one question, Kirk.
Yeah.
How high were you when you thought up all this stuff, bro?
I wanted to pick some pretty odd items, but I wanted them to be items that could have like. I want you guys to have creative uses for them, and that's kind of why I picked some that are super weird, because I want you guys to like just use them, like find a weird creative way and make it up, and we'll make it work. 'Cause I
I'm
think they're
so
all
floored by the last two items that I have completely forgotten what Dell got.
You
I
got
got
a
a-
hole thrower.
Yeah, hold thrower.
Oh, that's right.
He
Yeah,
can make
you-
a hole whenever he wants to.
that's sick.
I'll cut
Could
this
you make
out.
a hole in my stomach so that
That's
I
what I was
don't actually
thinking.
have to
I could
pass
shoot it at
the
your
coin?
stomach. I was thinking that, but I was like, it might go all the way through you.
Yeah, it might
That'd
not
be great.
super
That'd be
wise.
perfect for
It'd
me.
be
I'm fine
risky.
with that.
Hey, so does everybody want to hear the name? I
Yes,
thought of a
course.
name, yeah?
Please
Yeah,
tell us the
yeah,
name.
yeah.
Came up with a name. I
So, I'm gonna name me chicken after this movie I saw with my buddy Huber. Yeah, he likes to get all these crazy illegal downloaded movies. Yeah, and he got one from I forgot where, and it was with this man named Chuck Norris, and he was just super badass. So I'm gonna name him Cluck Norris. Yeah, he's gonna be the coolest little
That's
thing.
a
Yeah.
very good name. Very good.
Freaking Norris. Oh,
Brilliant.
man.
And he's go ahead and put that in his pocket, on his shirt pocket up here.
Perfect.
Cool.
I love it.
Mordecai chimes back in kind of after you guys are done looking at your cool items. They're all super cool items.
They are. They are. They really are. That's great.
He says, well, beyond that, I don't think there's much more I have to tell any of you, or at least you didn't tell me to tell you. I think most of the time, you just prep your ship and take off. Just be careful and take care, please. I really want this to work this time. I'm not sure how many cycles I have left in me, if I'm being frank. But if there's any questions you have before you go, I will do my best to answer them. But let's start making our way to the Destiny's Child. And you guys kind of start walking through town, back towards the ship. And this will be your opportunity to ask Mordecai any questions just before we kind of start the next arc. Because you guys won't be back here for a long time.
So Mora just looks up at this shadowy mystical being that he is. And so Mordecai, I just had a little question for you. Do we ever stay in those rooms for very long? Like, do we just come and we just put stuff in there? I mean, or do we stay in there for a long time?
Well, there's been times in other cycles where you guys have decided that the best course of action was to stay instead of go forth and try to figure out how to end these cycles. But the items, some of them you've created here, some of them you've brought from other planets and other times, I suppose. But yeah, you guys, we've spent a great deal of time, almost till the end of eternity, together. Age is not something that occurs here in the in-between. So once you're here till the next cycle begins.
Mordecai, quick question, yeah? When I'm here, do I ever mention a lad by the name Huber?
All the time. He seems like he was a good friend to you.
And you never met him in all the cycles that you remember? Never met him?
It feels like I've met him, but no, I've never actually met him in person.
Alright.
You described him as a wonderful person.
He is. He's great. Well, I think that's my question, really. I really thank you for welcoming us and everything. Anybody else got a question?
Have we ever brought anybody else back with us? Besides ourselves?
That's a question I'd rather not answer today.
And Mordecai, why are there? What's up with all those guns that I can't use?
Oh, I guess I should have told you that before you started touching everything. You were starting a collection. Each cycle, I forgot to tell you, when you get here, you've always kind of brought new guns from all the different worlds you've been in. You didn't touch any, did you?
Well, yeah, I destroyed 2 of them.
Oh, yeah. They were trinkets, I guess. You couldn't really use them once they were here. Well, the ones you bring in this cycle, you can.
Well, now I'm gonna have to look for a laser gun and a vine gun.
You destroyed the vine gun.
Yeah, on accident.
Oh, God.
Where was that from?
I don't remember now, but oh my God, that gun was crazy.
Shit. Well, now I'm gonna have to find it.
Yeah, well, good luck. I I don't quite remember where you found it, but
I'll keep
that was
my
a very powerful weapon.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
God,
That's a
Dell.
damn shame.
Well, let's get you all off on the ship, and we'll get you on your way out of here. I believe the ship is just through the door, and he takes you back to that kind of door at the end of town that just leads to, like, you know, the black of the void that surrounds this whole in-between area. He opens the door. He steps through first, which you kind of tell, like, him opening it and closing it activates this door. And when he opens it, you can see that park that you guys saw him in the first time, and your ship sitting there. And he says, you know, I think we've got it this go-round, and I'll see you when you get back, okay?
We'll
Will
be
do.
seeing you again, Mordecai.
Okay. And he turns back around towards the door that overhangs into the darkness, and as he closes the door, the four of you are alone again, looking out into, like, the heart of the void. Are we gonna load up and head onto the ship?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So all four of you load up onto the ship, and you hear Zero say,
So, everyone, did we enjoy our time off the ship again? You know you had rooms here, right? Ones I personally made for each of you.
Yeah, but we had a bunch of like cool trinkets from a bunch of different realities all over our
Realities.
rooms and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I guess you weren't there listening. I'll catch you up on the flight out.
Sandra talks to Zero. She's like, does it look like I've had a good time? And just swings her pretty little cloak around. And then she just kind of does like almost like a vampire type. I don't even know what you call that. I think there is a word for it, but puts the cape over her face.
Checking your BO.
Yeah, it does look like that on the freaking video. Wow, yeah. Okay, check out the YouTube video for that embarrassing moment. Screenshot it. Comment on that stuff.
Zero says, it looks like you disappeared off the sensors there for a minute. Is that something magical?
I did what?
It looks like, yeah, I couldn't see any of you for about a second.
Any of us.
Oh, all of us?
No.
Are you sure I wasn't just hiding
Sandra.
behind somebody?
Oh, just
Oh, okay. And then Sandra, she gets really excited, and then she runs over to Mora, and then she covers Mora in her cape. What about now?
I don't see either of you. Is this going to become a game?
Peekaboo.
Yeah, the best game ever.
And then I reveal it, and I'm all like, now you see it. Now you see me. Now you don't. Now
I
you
think
see
this
me.
game should
No, you
have a
don't.
name or something. Like we're hiding, and then you have to seek us out wherever we are.
Yeah, that sounds like. I think that might actually catch on.
Something like a hide and seek, or hide and go seek, maybe. Sounds like a good game.
Well, you guys can continue to play it as long as you like. I have no interest in this.
Sandra and I run to the other corner. We're ready to play.
You don't have
And I
much of a
really
choice.
don't want to be in the booster
I
seat
guess
again.
I don't know. I
So.
see you all the time.
You got the whole place
You guys
surveilled.
can just permanently torture me with this hide and seek game that you play.
And if you're trying to sense them, it's kind of like a hide and sense almost.
Hadn't sense. That's
Are
great.
you trying to say something about how we smell?
No.
But for sure,
I
that
can't
is that is really cool though. Like, jokes aside, that's pretty dope because
fun.
I mean, I'm pretty I'm bigger than most of you except for Cal. I think the drawings is like we're kind of the same height.
You're right.
So
Yeah, about the same height. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, like, under my cloak of protection, we can Harry Potter this. It's the invisibility cloak. I'm so excited. Thank you, DM.
I would show you my.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I would show you mine, Zero, but I think I would probably put a hole in you.
I would highly recommend against putting holes in the hull of the ship.
Oh, shit.
But I'm bumped. Shh.
Zero says,
Does anyone know exactly where we're going to be going on this trip?
Yes, I do remember him saying something about another planet that has something else that we're supposed to be retrieving. But to be
We're
fair,
going home.
We did all drink quite a lot last night, so...
The planet of Atera, correct?
We're going home.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to insert the coordinates for Atera. Not quite sure how we're going to get there, but we're going to hope the warp drive gets us somewhere in the vicinity.
Zero cuts into all of you guys' conversation and says,
I believe the place we're going is Atera, and I've got to put in the correct coordinates and hope we get there. So if you would all take your seats and prepare for takeoff, we will make our way towards Atera.
Is someone buckling me in?
I'll buckle her in.
okay.
I also after I buckle her in, I also put a little box of animal crackers on the.
These are my favorite.
They're so good.
Animal crackers, now in the D&D
Are these the
universe.
unfrosted kind?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Those are animal cookies, right?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the frosted kind of animal. Yeah, you talking about animal cookies.
I don't care what the fuck they're called. They're delicious.
Cal and I ate them all.
Sorry.
And she's just gonna cross her arms and stick her bottom lip out. Fine.
I'll get you a juicy too if you want.
All right.
Hey, before
Zero, can you just, 3D print all that stuff for her? Yeah? Can you just, make that stuff for her real quick?
Okay, I want my animal cookies and a
Okay,
juice.
got
Fine. Okay, Del gets her cookies and a juice, and then he sits down.
Thank you.
That was a nice box.
You hear that music that Zero really likes to play in the background. He goes,
Cal, I made a small modification to your chair. If you notice, to the left, there's a small yellow button.
Oh,
Whenever you're ready, just engage that button, and the warp drive will begin.
Yellow button, engage.
okay, and as you push that button, that same magical light kind of surrounds the ship again, and you start to lift and take off into the heart of the void. This time, though, something different happens. The ship rattles and vibrates violently as the warp drive engages, and you can't quite tell, but either you guys are moving incredibly fast, or maybe you're perfectly still and the rest of the world is speeding on by you. You get all these different visions again of planets and different realities and all these colors and shapes and everything. But your second warp drive is slightly more wicked than the time before. An evil laugh kind of echoes softly in the background as each of you experience your own demented vision. I need everyone but Cal to take off your headphones for a minute, and I will wave when it's time to put them back on.
No, not fair.
Cal, you see a vision of home. You're sitting down at the kitchen table, your family all gathered around for a nice meal. Suddenly time rockets forward, and you see your same house, but this time it's empty with the exception of your mother and father. You can hear screams off in the distance, and you hear them call out for you, and you're just sitting there. It's almost like you're just kind of stuck witnessing this scene. And they call out for you and they call out for you, but no help ever comes. You try to move forward and rescue them, but your legs feel like lead blocks, and your words of encouragement fall on seemingly deaf ears. You struggle with all your might to break free of your imagined restraints, but just as you feel your feet loosening, you're shot back into reality upon the SSS Destiny. Del, as you're pulled into this vision, you're on horseback on the plains of Lone Star. You're enjoying an evening corralling some cattle to the backdrop of an iconic Lone Star sunset. But as you're bringing the last steer into the corral, you can see your mother Adelaide running on foot, screaming out your name. She looks as if she might be in some kind of danger. Her clothes look tattered and blood runs down her face, and all you can hear is,
Dale! How could you do this to us? They turned on us, Dale! They turned on everyone! He turned on me! He told me that crazy story that you visited him in the past!
and as you see in the distance, all these different androids start to encircle Adelaide. And you start to like take off. You're riding, trying to rescue her, and the ground beneath you starts to crumble, and you speed up trying to stay ahead of the falling earth, but as you get near Adelaide Dell, you fall. And before you hit the bottom, as you're falling, you see your mother, Adelaide, throw out her arms, and a huge ring of fire gets thrown out from her. And during that vision, as you start to wake up from this reality, you kind of feel whatever that power she was experiencing there. You kind of feel it within yourself, and something clicks. You don't know what it is, but you feel this like magical power awakened inside of you. Maybe something that you kind of picked up on back in Lone Star. So, just a little out of character stuff here for a minute. We multi-classed you, right, into sorcerer. So
Yes.
now you are level 4 gunslinger, level 1 sorcerer.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Or level
3.
level 3 and level 1.
Yeah. Level 3 gunslinger, level 1 sorcerer.
Perfect. Okay. You can take yours off. Sandra, you don't experience what the others do. In fact, it's not so much what you see, it's what you feel. You feel this like sensation of cool, misty water surrounding you, and through this like mist that's encircling you, you hear a voice kind of call out, and it says,
Find me in a place long forgotten. Break free from the water and take flight.
and you see this like mystical light kind of break through this mist and like climb from the sea off into like this night sky, and you see like 2 moons off in the distance, and you're not quite sure what that means, but you definitely feel like it was a calling from something. And you get this like calming sensation as you're brought back into the reality. Mora, in your vision, you're falling, and you're constantly falling. And all around you, you can see overlapping circles, but as you focus on these circles, you can see that they're all made of blood. And in the center, you see smaller white circles made of lilies. As you fall, you don't feel much. You feel the wind kind of brushing past you as you're just kind of falling at a terminal velocity down this dark space, but you do hear a manic laugh. And as you look up while falling, you see the black silhouette of a face, and a single red tear comes from his face and falls towards you. It looks like a male face. And as this drop makes impact with you, you are surrounded in that red fluid, and you swear it feels like you're drowning. And you're trying to struggle, and you're struggling to get out of this drop, but you can't because you're falling with it. And just as you start to fade away like you might be passing, the world around you grows darker, and you're awake back in your chair. And you're back to like reality. The 4 of you are all shot back into reality at the same moment. You all experience what you did at the same exact time. And you're kind of brought back into this as you hear that song Zero likes to play over the speakers. And he goes,
how's everyone doing? I noticed that all your heart rates spiked except for Sandra. Well, I've got some bad news, and I've got some good, I suppose. Where would you like me to start?
Well, I always think that starting with the good news softens the blow.
Well, the good news is we made it to Atera. The bad news is I think we're sinking.
Sinking in what exactly?
I would hope it's water, but I'm not sure.
and the ship starts to begin to rock violently. And as you guys all kind of begin to wake up and your senses start coming, you can hear a violent storm outside. Rain pelts the ship, and loud thunder booms above. And you start to hear the ship creaking and creaking and creaking. And that music starts to fade away, and Zero goes,
Well, I hope we can get out of this one.